It's January 7th, 2015, and this is your Fortean Slip News. Woo!
Hey, and our first story tonight from sfgate.com. What is that, San Francisco or something? Yeah, I guess it is San Francisco.
I don't know.
San Francisco Gate, yeah. A controversial DNA startup wants to let customers create creatures. That sounds fun. In Austin Heinz's version of the future, customers tinker with the genetic codes of plants and animals and even design new creatures on a computer. Then his startup, Cambrian Genomics, is that how you say it? Genomics? Prints that DNA quickly, accurately, and cheaply. Anyone in the world that has a few dollars can make a creature, and that changes the game, Heinz said.
And that creature can eat them. Feed me, Seymour!
Yeah, I love that movie. And the play I recently went to see. That was good. Heinz said that creates a whole new world. The 31-year-old CEO has a deadpan demeanor that can be hard to read, but he is not kidding. In a makeshift laboratory in San Francisco, his synthetic biology company uses lasers to create custom DNA for major pharmaceutical companies. Its mission is to democratize creation with minimal to no regulation.
In other words, they just want to make shit.
Yeah, living shit, apparently. With the latest technology and generous funding, a growing number of startups are taking science and medicine to the edge of science fiction. It works in the works or on the market are color-changing flowers, cow-free milk, animal-free meat, tests that detect diseases from one drop of blood, and pills that tell doctors whether you have taken your medicine. You need to take a pill to tell your doctor whether you took a pill.
You need one of those with your fucking medication timer.
Now, I'm not going to read the rest of the story, Chris, but I think our viewers, listeners,
hey,
we don't have.
Listen, Steve, I've seen the movie Splice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume you haven't. So
no.
This is dangerous. God damn it. These things will kill us. They'll eat us.
Well, any time you're trying to, I guess the terminology would be play God. Yeah. Probably not going to end up real well. Yeah. So from Fox News, always a good, reliable resource there. Audi is making two world premieres at this week's 2015 Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. One of which is an autonomous A7 concept that drove to the event itself after starting off Saturday in San Francisco. The total distance traveled was more than 550 miles, with a number of engineers and journalists given time behind the wheel. Not only is the stunt being used to gather data for an eventual production autonomous car from Audi, it's also a means of demonstrating the viability of a self-driving car in existing traffic and road conditions. The truck took the A7 concept across roads in California and Nevada, both of which have given a number of automakers permission to test autonomous cars on public roads. The A7 concept is able to drive itself between speeds of 0 and 70 miles per hour, including making lane changes and passing maneuvers. Before making a lane change, the vehicle adapts its speed to surrounding vehicles. If the speed and distance calculation is deemed safe, the vehicle initiates the lane change with
precision. If not, it says, "Danger, Will Robinson, danger!"
I want to see one of these autonomous cars, Chris, drive on the roads that I have out in front of my house right now in this fucking snowstorm that we have.
I'll tell you what, I'd be more when they get this technology nailed down, I'd feel safer in one of those cars in a snowstorm than with a human being behind the wheel. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, when they get the technology
nailed down. But right now it's still in its infancy. But I want this shit, man. And I'll tell you what, everybody who fucking likes to go get fucking hammered at, Friday and Saturday nights wants this technology, so they don't have to call a cab.
Now, you wouldn't be charged with drunk driving then, unless you put alcohol in the car itself.
Oh, as
Maybe
long
it's
as
an
there is
alcohol-fueled car.
a way for, it to just be the car driving from point A to point B, and so that, there's no way that at that point you can take over as the drunk driver,
You know,
somewhere in the middle.
there already are autonomous vehicles in production, Chris. My brother-in-law is former Amish, and he drove a horse and buggy. When he went to the bar and got wasted, the horse just knew how to get home. So,
That's awesome.
isn't that the same thing?
Thanks, Steve.
It's the truth, though. Them horse and buggies. All right, in our next story see, I shortened that one too, Chris.
That's good.
In our next story from openminds.tv, apparently there was a crashing UFO allegedly releasing an orb over California. And I was told today at work about this. One of the guys at work was telling me, so that's why I want to do
He
this
was telling
story.
you that it was a meteorite or something else falling from space and busting
I haven't
apart.
even read the story yet. How can you come to a conclusion?
Because I read the headline and went, oh, that's probably what it was.
I actually think you're wrong, but we'll get to that. A man recently observed a UFO streaking through the sky over Southern California. The witness, Ken Roberts, noticed the unusual object while driving and stopped to record the incident on video. This video shows the bright object streaking through the sky, leaving a long tail in its path. While this UFO is burning across the sky, a strange object is seemingly ejected from the UFO. The second object shoots off in what appears to be the opposite direction of the larger UFO. Ken says, I was driving home after work when this UFO, or whatever you call it, caught my eye. I pulled over in front of somebody's house to film it. I would have gotten a better shot, but I didn't want to jump these people's fences. Anyway, I don't know what the hell to make of it. It couldn't have been a plane because there was no noise, and I never heard a crash after either. The orb thing flew straight up in the sky and disappeared. Sorry I didn't film that. I didn't know what to focus my attention on. There is nothing in the video to suggest that a larger UFO is anything but a meteorite. Oh, maybe you are right, Chris. And it is normal to see other aerial objects from a meteorite as it breaks up during the rapid descent of Earth. But the smaller orb UFO in this video behaves differently than the typical meteorite debris. It is peculiar, for a single object to drift away from a meteorite and then allegedly fly straight up into the sky. It is unclear from what. Here's where it becomes a little fishy. It is unclear from where in Southern California the video was recorded. The date of the incident is also unknown, but the video was uploaded to YouTube on Monday, January 5th. There were no UFO sightings reported to the Mutual UFO Network in Southern California during the last couple of days. But according to the American Meteor Society's website, many Californians witnesses observed a fireball meteorite streaking through the sky on the evening of Saturday, January the 3rd. But all those witnesses were in Northern California. One witness described that some fragments seemed to emanate from the tail as it fell.
Steve,
Another
I think you should have taken a page
reported
from the first two stories and shortened this one the fuck up.
All right. Anyway, it was probably a meteorite. The gist of that story is it was either a meteorite or, if I would have read farther, which you decided to tell me not to, it was probably like Adobe After Effects or something.
Right.
And in my favorite, God, this is my favorite story of the entire time we've ever been doing the news, Chris.
Of course it is, Steve. You
Yes.
fucking self-promoting whore.
From the Inquisitor.com. And we've done their stories before, so I have no problem promoting this wonderful, fine website that they are.
Ass kisser.
The Arizona Department of Transportation. Everybody knows about the Arizona Bigfoot Department of Transportation stuff. They put a picture of Sasquatch on their Facebook page. It says the Arizona Department of Transportation started the new year off with some pretty wild claims. The government agency posted a photo to their official Facebook page that shows mysterious figures walking alongside a highway. The Arizona DOT then asked viewers if they thought the mysterious figures could be a family of Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch. The image caused caused quite a stir on the Arizona DOT Facebook page. Many thought the photo was most likely another Bigfoot hoax, but many believers came forward to say that they had actually seen Bigfoot on previous occasions. Excuse me. Many Bigfoot enthusiasts were excited to see that a government agency had confirmed what they knew all along. Bigfoot is real. However, now this is where I come in, Chris. One Sasquatch researcher ran into a problem when verifying the count by the DOT. Steve Alcorn set out to determine if the image was real or if it was another web hoax. And I
Name
found out.
dropper.
I had to read a story that mentions me, Chris. Come on. Anyway, sadly I found out it was just a hoax.
Yeah, if anybody wants to check it out, Steve's breakdown of this. Steve did this. What would you say, Steve? Like 13 hours after this came out?
Right.
Yeah, so Steve had this debunked, like, right off the bat. And while everybody else is going, oh, what is it? What is it? Huh? What is it?
You know how many enhanced photos of that fucking shrub I've seen?
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, what happened was I happened to catch it on my Facebook page. Somebody must have posted it or something. And I looked at it, and I knew right away it was nothing, but I wanted to check. So I went to their website, az511.com is where you find all their traffic cameras. And I went and looked at the traffic camera, and this was January 2nd. They uploaded it on January 1st. I found out that, the objects just happen to still be there. So either they're the slowest moving Bigfoots in the history of Bigfootery, or they're just shrubs. And I noticed today that
those really big feet, Steve, actually make them hard. It makes them real hard to move.
So this week we've had the Arizona Department of Transportation Bigfoot hoax, a bathing Bigfoot in Florida, a skunk ape hoax.
Oh, you mean the one with the white fucking stripe?
It's a skunk ape. It's got to have a white stripe, Chris. And, oh, wait. Wasn't there one up in Maine somewhere, too?
Yeah. Yeah, there was one of those, too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But that's the news, Chris.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Another lovely...
It's not often I get to feature myself in the news.
It isn't often that you get to whore yourself out in such a way.
I do want to thank the Inquisitor. They're the ones who started it off. I have almost 200,000 views on that video now, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, go check out Steve's breakdown. It's on youtube.com/Slick Toys. Is that SLIK?
Yeah, no C in there. Not a C at all.
Slick Toys.
I've often been told that Slick Toys sounds like some sort of porn or sex toy thing.
See, I go, it sounds like you're a fucking pedophile.